Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Lord PeteyTV here. As everyone knows me as Pete. I just wanted to give you all a little bit of my input, a little bit of my thoughts about season 4, if you will, or involving the Mythic Plus dungeons and the Fated raids. Um, if you saw our last video, I posted and I spoke to you all about the Mythic Plus side of things. I want to talk to you all about the little bit of the raiding side of things now and what those Fated raids end up doing, and what I think Blizzard is trying to get from that. And then I want to talk about in another video about the future of what Blizzard is talking about and where I think they're going with this. So let me kind of let's kind of talk about that. So all right, so Fated raids. Fated raids, for what people know, what don't know, is it's the 4 raids of, or I should say 3 raids of this expansion. That is Castle Nathria, Sanctum of Domination, and Supplica are the first ones. So they're on a week rotation. So we had Nathria, we had then we had Sanctum, then we had Supplica, and then they start the rotation again. During these times, you have something to turn them into a Fated raid. These Fated raids end up bumping up the item level of the gear and the difficulty of all the bosses in the raid. But the really, really interesting thing about it is that they end up also bumping up the difficulty by adding what StarCraft calls them as mutations. What they end up doing is they add a little bit of a difficulty to each boss. Now, there are a handful of different types of difficulty changes. I'm going to see if I can find them so I can kind of just go through them really quick for you. But during that time frame, what they end up doing is they end up taking the time to boost your damage. They'll either take time for you for another affix to reduce your cooldowns. There's so many different things that they added for this. I wish. All right, here we go. The creation sparks. They call them creation sparks. So you have you have different creation sparks on it. I can't remember the names of them right now, but we do have a video about them. So if you want to go back and look at that, it's over there. So anyway, you have these creation sparks that are going to make it more difficult for the raid in some spots, some don't. What they ended up doing was, like, one of them, it ends up, giving you haste. You're thinking, oh, great, haste. You're going to get, faster heals, faster attack speed. You're going to have these abilities. But it also speeds up the cooldown of, let's say, the jump when you have to jump into the pit for the jailer, or we have to mass dispel for Ner'zhul in Sanctum of Domination, but we also have the dispels pools that we have to stand in. So we have these these little problems that you're gonna have to kind of get used to, and you're gonna have to figure those out. Now, and sometimes these creation sparks are good, and other times I'm just like, this is kind of annoying. And I think that overall it's a nice little change, but I don't think it's enough of a change to make it more enjoyable. I kind of go into raid with an enjoyment level of wanting to do certain things for achievements, of getting so far and doing certain things, because that's what me personally I would like to achieve. Now, where we're going with this is two totally different things. let's get there, let's go there, let's kind of go forward. But these faded raids, I mean, they just feel like, I think Nurgle said it best when he said that they feel like a world tour of just like checking out all the dungeons. If we're gonna end up doing that, then why add these creation sparks? Because these raids for mythics are difficult enough. I mean, why? Like, why do I wasn't a fan? I wasn't a fan of adding that portion of the fight. You want to make it. You want to put mythic pluses. You want to make faded raids, and you want to make it rotation. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. If you want to add creation sparks to it, go ahead. Be able to turn them on and off. Let them be able to do that. We don't need to, because like some of the mythic stuff we already have a problem with. Why are you going to add this other thing that we have to deal with? Let us turn it off. Let us try to beat the bosses and get through it. Now, I'm talking as a regular mythic raider. I would consider us an average mythic team. I would say we do pretty well. But at the same time, we aren't fully clearing these mythic raids. So by you doing this rotation and making them faded and then adding this other mechanic, we're never going to get through it. I can understand if you want to do a rotation and letting us, see the rest of the raids again and have them on a harder difficulty and letting us go through them all again. I understand that. I'm cool with that. But I feel like that was kind of a problem. So it's just another added difficulty to prevent people from going through it. If I was, part of the 1% and, doing I was one of the top 10 guilds in the world or whatever, and we were full clearing it, and we wanted to be able to throw on a spark or whatever, and we wanted to be able to see what we can do, then sure, let me be able to do that. Give me a cool achievement for that. But I don't need to go out of my way and do it. I'm good. Thanks. But that's just me. That's just my personal thoughts on it. So, yeah, I think that's my general thoughts on everything as a whole for that. I wish they gave something other than just that mount at the end of doing it on, I think it was on any difficulty level. But I think it was just a test to see if people were going to still like doing this content again for almost a whole nother season. I do like the fact that it's on a rotation. I like the fact that I'm not a huge fan of Castle Nathria. I love Sanctum. I really love Sepulchre. But like at the same time, it's like Castle Nathria is like that's how I feel. I feel like Chewbacca. But I think that the rotation is good because it also gives people a little bit of a chance to kind of evolve on that. It also, if your guild is like slamming into a brick wall, for instance, people that, the guild killer, Painsmith, you're not going to be on that wall every week, which I think is a good thing. I would rather not be on that wall every single week and be able to kind of change it up. So that's just me. So anyway, once again, Lord PeteyTV here. I am on Twitch every single Monday through Friday, from 3 to 11ish, pending on what's happening over here. I can't wait to see everybody. Dream big, keep gaming. Hit that subscribe button if you're here on YouTube, so you can see when we get another video. I appreciate you all. Thank you again. Like I always say, I try to get everybody a Mythic Plus 15 done every week. I either try to do it with a carry team, or I try to do it myself by just plugging into another 15 with you. We kind of push through. We see what we can do. So anyhow, thanks again, everyone. Have a good one. I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.